Hi, today let's go over some lid locks and lid switches, and we're going to cover those we can defeat and those we shouldn't defeat. But I'll give you some ideas here, so stay tuned and we'll get started right now. Okay, if you have an old style washing machine with the kind that you would pull the knob out on to make it start, chances are you have a lid switch and not a lid lock. Lid switches are very simple to defeat. If you want to look at a video that I made about how to defeat these, there's a link to it right here in the top. So most likely your machine is going to look like one of these here, and it's either going to have a lid lock, a lid latch on it, or a lid switch on it that a little pin will fit down from the lid and depress a switch, a little micro switch that's inside the frame of the machine. Or you may have a switch that looks like this, and you'll find that in the back left-hand corner of the console. These are really simple to defeat. Also, some of the old style Gs have a lid switch lid lock combination. Those can be defeated too, but they shouldn't be, because they're really easy to change, and the replacement parts aren't that expensive. However, if you have one of these newer machines, one that looks kind of like this, or like this, or some that look like this, they're going to have what's in them called a lid lock, a lid switch combination. There's two components in one. And they're not an analog circuit like the ones on the old timer style machines. These send an electrical signal to a control board, which uses a logic circuit to tell the machine whether the lid is open or closed, or locked or not locked. And during the wash cycle of the machine, it can open and close the locking mechanism several times, and the logic circuit is always testing this. So if you go in there and you start splicing wires around and trying different methods, chances are you are going to fry your control board. I do not recommend you trying to do this, and it shouldn't be defeated anyway. It's there for a purpose. So anyway, the machine, you can try some methods that are mechanical and not electrical. I stress again, do not try to jumper wires on these circuits. You can fry a control board, and a control board is much more expensive than changing this component out. Now, that being said, if your machine is click 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 clicking, chances are the lid lock might not be messing up at the lid switch. The lid switch is telling the control board whether your lid is up or down, or open or closed. And it's doing this magnetically. On these little flappers that go into the slots in the cabinet, there are strong magnets, and these magnets are there to tell the machine that the lid is closed. So you can defeat this by taking a strong magnet, or a big magnet, maybe one that came out of a microwave. Those are really strong magnets, or even a very strong small duodenum magnet placed in, over the opening or near the opening. You may be able to make this machine work again if you place that magnet over there. If you can't do that, then the lid latch needs to be replaced. And as far as the lid lock, if your machine won't unlock, or it won't lock, or the light won't come on indicating that the machine is locked, chances are your lid lock part of the mechanism has messed up. Now the lid switch part of the mechanism is electrical and magnetic, so it's not going to have any mechanical parts. Now, to defeat the lock part, some of them have a little metal clip in there that moves back and forth as the latch is engaged. That will move a set of points up and down and make an electrical connection. I've seen where people have taken these metal clips completely out of the mechanism and defeated the lock that way. You can try that. I don't know if it will work. I've even seen where on the back side of the switch, where the little metal tab sticks out, you can take and bend that metal tab up so to prevent any movement of that metal clip. That could override that. But you should not, and I stress this, you should not try to defeat this mechanism, because you have the chance of destroying your control board, and control boards are very expensive. Almost all modern washing machines, top loaders, have a lid lock and a lid switch mechanism to tell whether it's open or closed, and they come in different varieties. Here's a couple here, and also the GE models are built a lot different. Now, the old GE style machines, they did have a magnetic lid latch, a lid switch mechanism, and you could sometimes defeat that with a magnet, but usually when it goes out, it goes out. They're pretty cheap. You can get those and replace those, but you can bypass that by tying two wires together there too. They also have a lid lock, lid switch mechanism, and those aren't that expensive. You need to change that, but the same thing with the Whirlpool style. You can really mess up your control board if you try to jump wires in that situation. All right, if you have a front load washing machine and the door lock mechanism is messed up, you need to replace that. Don't try to defeat that. You don't want your laundry room, flooded with water. You need to replace your door lock mechanism. And here's some examples of door locks. But anyway, the bottom line here is you can defeat a lid switch mechanism fairly easily. The lid switch, lid lock mechanism, you shouldn't even try to defeat them. So I know it can be expensive, and sometimes people don't have the money to do this, but it's just about the only thing that you can do without messing up your machine completely. And if you're a service technician, never try to defeat a lid latch or a lid switch mechanism, because it can open you up to liability. Liability that you don't need. Suppose you defeated a lid switch, and some child came along, stuck their arm down in a spinning basket and got the sheets or something wrapped around it. It could be a horrible situation. So never, as a service technician, bypass lid locks or lid switches. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.